morning, everybody, whoever has made it over here from Gab yet, or anybody who's coming from Twitter. I really just was in the mood to chat and was not in the mood to type, so I thought I'd pop over here. First of all, I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about my article that just got on Zero Hedge yesterday. That was pretty awesome. I think it has like 30,000 views or something like that, and it's pretty great when you write something and that many people get a chance to read it, and more than anything because I think it was actually an important issue that made a wider audience. Sorry, I'm trying to put my son down somewhere. So as we saw in that article, the research for that article was done by Gab user Superman Special Prosecutor Will Logan. So I noticed his post and I thought, damn, that's important, and I think we actually need to write an article about this and get that out there to a wider audience. I totally lamely submitted it to Zero Hedge myself, which I feel super lame doing that, but oh well, do what you gotta do. And yeah, and it got posted and there's quite a lot of people reading it and sharing it, and I think that's awesome. And my biggest hope is that, some bigger sites are going to see this and they're going to do their own research and they're going to put more effort into this story, and maybe we'll get some more out of it. So it's not even just selfishly like, guys, like, look, I was first, but I do genuinely want to see more people asking those questions and getting out there. So if you have any stories that you aren't sure you are the one to run with it, or you're not sure you're the one to do the research, talk about it with other people, because there's always going to be somebody that has that talent. My talent is not in deep research of like pouring through documents. It's not what I'm good at. I think I'm better at writing about things and consolidating it in a way that the average dumb person like myself can understand. Maybe that's my vibe. And also I think, oh my goodness, Dawson, please come say hi to the people, buddy. Ooh. This is my son Dawson. He's a complete turd, but he's really cute. I think he's really cute. Look, it's a baby. He doesn't like Hillary Clinton. Anyway, what was I saying? Blah, 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 Zero Hedge. Oh yeah, so everybody has their own unique talent. I think that's mine. I think that I'm sure I'm going to get flack once in a while for literally going on Gab and saying, hey guys, can you please just repost this? Can you go to my Twitter and retweet this? But you know what? I feel like we're at this point in this complete breakdown of the media where if we want new voices out there, we're going to have to ask for it. We're going to have to support each other. And I really want to be a person that's on Gab and on my Twitter and other social media, that if someone's tweeting me that, they have something that they think needs to be seen, I'll repost it, I'll talk about it, because we all have talents, we all have gifts, and I think we all need to be working together to get real information out there. So that's what I think about that. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're just gonna go put you in my room or something somewhere. So I see a couple people are still watching this. What else do I want to talk about? Did anyone else see Hillary Clinton talking about the draft and how she supports it? I think that is complete political suicide. I cannot believe that. But honestly, kudos to her for being actually for equality. You don't see that very often with feminists, unfortunately, but she actually is advocating for something that's not just to benefit women at the expense of men. So I have to give her credit for that, but I think she's really shooting herself in the foot. I'm not completely keeping up with this story, but I do remember a while back when this was first coming out that a lot of feminists seemed to be pretty unimpressed with women being drafted. It didn't seem to be a thing where all the feminists were like, wow, equality, we want that. Obviously, when do feminists ever want true equality? Not very often, unfortunately, but whatever. So I think Hillary Clinton is yet again doing something to dig into her tiny core of actual support by making this statement for the election. I just think it's crazy. And another one of my friends on Gab, I totally forget what your username is, but he said an interesting point. He says, are we thinking we're going to need this draft? And is that why she's saying it? So that's a little frightening to think about. I certainly hope not. Very happy I'm in Canada. Very happy, and I would 100% die in a war. One of my talents is, there's no way being a soldier would be a talent that I have. No thanks. So I'm not saying I support women being drafted. I don't support the draft at all, to be honest. I just do not understand on a personal level how a government can force you to fight and kill for your country. I don't agree with that. I think it should be voluntary. I respect soldiers, veterans, all that. I don't believe in forcing people to do it, men or women. But, well, we have it where men still have to sign up for the selective service and whatever. I think absolutely it has to be both. And that's stupid feminist fault. If you want to be like men, you take the bad with the good, unfortunately, which screws the rest of us, as we've seen time and time again. I feel like in a personal level, I've been screwed by feminism in that sense that, you know, back in the day, women could stay home with their kids and, you know, one man's income was enough to pay for a family. And now we have, well, we don't make a lot of money, my husband and I. My husband's an apprentice mechanic. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Now I get to work for planetfreewill.com and get a little money that way. Hope things be bigger, so, you know, go check out planetfreewill.com, support our articles if you want to support me. But yeah, nowadays, though, you know, his one income is a lot less equivalent-wise of what it would have been 50 years ago. Because when you flood the entire workforce with twice the workers, what a surprise, wages are going to drop, and the standard is going to be 2 incomes to become middle class. We personally believe strongly that me being home with my son and homeschooling him in the future is a big thing to us, and we're willing to have less money to do that. But unfortunately, for some people, they don't even have the choice. I have the option where I live, and with, you know, at least he can make enough money for us to survive. A lot of people don't have that choice. And I find that really sad that feminists have taken a choice from women. The choice they've taken away from women pretty much is the choice to raise their own kids. I find that really upsetting and ridiculous. But how much more do we have to have taken away from us before we realize this is nothing to do with women being better? And, you know, this is just, feminists just want to turn us into a bunch of men, and I am not interested in that. I love being a woman. Being a woman is awesome. I'm tough because I gave birth to a baby. I'm not tough because I did a mediocre job at being a firefighter. Sorry. Yeah. What else has been happening lately that I'm interested in talking about? I can't believe how soon the election is. Is anybody else, like, low-key excited for it to be over? Because it's just been, in a lot of ways, just a total, just emotional drain. I feel like I'm looking into this stuff every single day, and it's just, sometimes it gets exhausting. Like, sometimes I just envy, I look on, like, Facebook or whatever, and I envy friends who literally their entire, like, knowledge of the election is, like, funny jokes about, like, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, and that's, like, their whole understanding, and I'm like, sometimes I wish I could be that naive, I guess, not even, like, an insulting way. Sometimes I just wish I didn't care about it. And certainly sometimes I wish I didn't, you know, write news stories about it all the time, because it is exhausting. It's depressing to be a person that knows this stuff and then to have everybody else just kind of ignore it. Or worse than that, I've been losing friends lately because I think Hillary Clinton is a terrible criminal. And I have a lot of friends who are, you know, sane, nice, progressive people, but, you know, as soon as you disagree with them, which is kind of sad because, you know, my family, I was definitely raised in a, you know, I wouldn't say left wing, but I would say in some ways progressive family. And I find it kind of sad that, you know, my family is completely like, you know, Hillary Clinton's bad, especially me and my dad and that. But that's not enough, right? You know, to be a progressive, you have to be literally thinking that women are men, that gender isn't real, that, you know, all this stuff. It's just, you know, that black people should have a different law than white people and all this nonsense. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. I'm sorry, just reminded by black people. Did anyone else see Erica Garner's tweets about Hillary Clinton slamming her? I thought that's a chink in the armor of the Clintons right there, and I'm happy to see it. I have my own thoughts on the whole Eric Garner case. I haven't followed it as well as some of the other ones. I don't think it's anywhere near the level of ridiculous as, like, Corin Gaines, who was just a fucking child abuser and unfortunate situation, but she completely abused her children and caused that on herself. The Eric Garner one, I think there's nuance to it. But either way, on a human level, I feel very upset that Erica Garner lost her father. Any daughter losing her father is tragic. I don't care what it was. I still think that's really sad. And I feel sad that she's now being victimized again by Black Lives Matter for using her dad's death for politics, and that's what Hillary Clinton's doing. And I'm glad to see her calling her out on it. And Hillary Clinton can't really attack her, right? You can't really start smearing her. Maybe they already are. I don't know. Maybe they already are smearing her. I have no idea. But I hope that people will see that Black Lives Matter does not care about Black lives. You know, maybe Erica Garner will become super woke and she'll start going against Black Lives Matter in general. Who knows? That'd be awesome. Maybe she'll just, you know, maybe she'll support Trump. I don't know. This election is so insane. Crazier things have happened. Oh, and I'm going to get off here in a minute. Thank you guys for watching and sitting with me and chatting and stuff. But I am going to... Also, look, I actually got ready today, and that's when I'm like, oh, gotta get on Periscope. This makeup ain't gonna last. Usually I look like a troll. Anyway, so I found an article. My dad and I were talking about Bill Clinton. I just read the book No One Left to Lie To by Christopher Hitchens. Really, really good book. Highly recommend it. But I just loaned it to Dad and told him to read it too. And we were just talking about, my dad said, like, the moment he knew he hated Bill Clinton was when the death penalty of Ricky Ray Rector. Basically, he used it for politics. He basically executed a man who, at the time of the crime he committed, like a murder, he was intellectually capable, I guess, but he shot himself during that and basically gave himself a lobotomy. The man, at the time of his sentencing and all that, the man was like basically a vegetable. This man wanted to save some of his last meal, right? And Christopher Hitchens really talks about it in that book as well. Really interesting stuff. But I was like thinking about doing an article about that because I don't care if you're for or against the death penalty. I think a lot of people would find that pretty fucking sick to use somebody that is, you know, clearly at the point, you know, whatever it was before. At the time, this man is not a threat. He's a, you know, basically the equivalent of a mentally retarded teenager. And I think anybody should find that despicable. And I was thinking about writing an article about it. So I was just on Google and I was like, I wonder if anybody's, you know, brought this up again in light of, you know, the election being so soon. And I find this article from Slate. And on Google, on Google, I just see something about Slate writing about Ricky Ray Rector, and I was like, really? Slate? You know, feminist queen media is actually going to talk about this? That's awesome. And then just listen to this subtitle. I just read this article, and I'm just sitting there like, this is everything that's wrong with you monstrous human beings. Okay, so the title is The Democratic Party's Racial Reckoning. In 1992, Bill Clinton had to pander to white bigots to win the presidency. In 2016, Hillary can call... Like, is that not chilling that, you know, back then, we had to murder retarded black men to prove our point. Now, we really can blame the white bigots. He didn't have to pander to white racists, you piece of shit. He didn't have to do that. And you have the nerve to say that Donald Trump panders to white racists. Are you kidding me? And they're defending this. Anyway, I'm thinking about maybe doing an article on my personal blog about that article, my kind of response, like a full response to it or something like that. If I do that, I will put on my Twitter, my Gab, and all that good stuff. But my son, as you can see, is to the trash cupboard in my kitchen. So that's great. And my sister's coming over soon, and I think she's kind of over me talking about politics all the time, and yeah, but thanks for watching, guys, and coming in, and I really appreciate it. I promise you, I'm working on the YouTube video thing. I've just been really struggling with lighting and stuff. My house is very, like, there's lighting on one side, but this house is really messy, and there's nowhere to, like, stand. I have no camera, no tripod, so I'm working on that. But planetfreewill.com will be doing videos. Myself, Joe Jankowski, Tom Luongo, we are all going to be doing videos for planetfreewill.com as far as I know, and we'll be sending all that information out to you guys. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.